Welcome to Weird Animals, Part 2, a weekly segment where I tell you all the weird things I researched about an animal this week. And I have glasses this time, so take me seriously as a scientist. This week we have dolphins. And it's evil and weird, and let's talk about it. So for starters, what do we already know about dolphins? They're cute, yes. They're cuddly. Sure, they're smart. Yes, you're on a roll today. Nothing else came to mind. Maybe evil, demented, abusive, violent. No? Reasons change your mind about dolphins. Like, why is it illegal to stock dolphins in the US? Reasons dolphins are evil. And then we'll break down into more. They don't like babies. They don't like their own babies. They don't like other species' babies. They try to kill the babies. Sometimes for sport. Sometimes they kill the babies so that they can go with the mom. First half is for sport, okay? They see this baby. They don't see a baby. They see, oh my god, it's a volleyball. What? They see this guy. They don't see a baby. They see a volleyball, and they're spiking that thing straight out of the ocean, okay? The ocean's down here. Yeah, they're smacking that thing with stills straight up and out of the ocean for sport, and then it starts to deflate and die, and they leave it there to rot. Now their own babies. They see a lot of their own babies with their mothers as competition. Because when her mother has a baby, she won't mate because she's too busy taking care of her baby and she doesn't want another one. So they're like, that one, you gotta go. I want your mama. And then they kill them. On this same subject, if they can't convince any of their own females to mate within their pod, right? So like, let's say we have F, M, right? They can't convince any of their females to mate. They'll find another pod with females, right? They will swim over here, get a female, right? They pick this one, they get her, and they split her off from her family. So her body's now over here, and she's alone, and they'll kidnap her. So you want a different fact? Yeah, okay. Okay, well, everything operates on frequencies and wavelengths all throughout everything. You can't really create anything because everything just needs to be discovered. Sounds crazy, but it's true. You can look this up on your own. Dolphins operate on a higher frequency than us, which is why people believe they use 20% of their brain instead of 10% like humans. Not true. We all use 100%. We all just operate differently. Well, on this frequency, right, they, one, can understand this and be trained to blow up ships, apparently, because that's what they did for the US Navy. But also, they can see your baby when you're pregnant. Because I don't know how to drive. You're pregnant. You're at SeaWorld, okay? Dolphin is looking at you through the glass, okay? Looking. He's like, what's going on there? He goes, ee, click, 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 right? Right, he's going, ee. He's using his big old brain, right? He's using his brain in there. This frequency vibrates your little belly, and inside he sees your baby. Did you know it's illegal for dolphins to perform ultrasounds in the US? They get high off of pufferfish toxin. Right, well, let me just draw it for you. Right, we have this spiky little ball. Right, so when he inflates, he releases this toxin, and dolphins recreationally make them explode to inhale this scent and get high. What else do they do recreationally? They freak it. But it's not only humans and monkeys typically have relations for fun. Dolphins do too. And your weird fact of their nether region, well, males use their appendages to grab things in the water, and if they can't get a female to do it with them, they use eels or fish heads. They lubricate it up with an eel and slide their willy on it. Well, did you also know that they only sleep with half of their brain at a time? Why? Oh, well, it's easy to explain. They're mammals and they're in the water, so if they fall asleep in the water, eventually they would start to sink. I can't draw a dolphin. Okay, but they would start to sink because they're not moving or coming up back to the surface, so they would drown. So by sleeping with only half their brain at a time, it lets them breathe and move up back to the surface before they run out of air. Because unlike humans, I don't think that they stop breathing, but they just die. They can't get up fast enough, you know? Cause you want another happy fact about them? Fine. Jeez, okay. So if one dolphin gets sick, if the other dolphins really care about him for the pod, and this guy, he can't really swim, so he's struggling, they'll push him up to the surface so that he can breathe. Sorry if this ruined your view about dolphins. And if this makes you not want to go to SeaWorld anymore, great. You shouldn't support SeaWorld in the first place. They're really bad. They can ejaculate up to 14 feet. Okay, bye guys. You're more likely to die by a dolphin than you are by a shark.